grab 2 yoga blocks. And we'll lay down onto the back, taking the yoga blocks to our sides so that we can rest our legs outwards. And again, we'll just take one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly. Just taking these next few moments to relax down the hips. And we'll take our hands to the outsides of the knees, and we'll just press the knees together. Internal rotation, let the knees collapse inwards and the feet move as far outwards as you can, just starting to open internal rotators in the hips. And we'll take the outside of the right ankle, and we're going to place it on top of the left side of the knee. And we're just going to give a little extra stretch to the outside of that hip. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Internal rotation on the right. The left ankle crosses over. We'll come back to center. We'll bring the feet together. This time, instead of going all the way out, we want to go right above that furthest point. We're going to exhale, take the arms, the palms to the mat, open the shoulders, press them down your back, and then extend the hips upwards. Keeping the rib cage closed, pressing the feet as firmly together as you can, and then you can start to bring some tension, not only at the feet, but at the inner thighs, until you start to feel that shaking happening in the hips. And then as that shaking happens, you may notice some rocking side to side already happening. Just gonna let that naturally happen and play out. And then we'll roll it down. As we roll it down, we can bring the knees to the chest and give ourselves a hug. And then we're just going to shake it out as we're laying here. So just take the arms and legs, shake them out. And from there, we'll take the hands behind the hamstrings and we'll curl the shoulder blades off the floor. We'll flex the ankles. And from here, we might already feel our abs working. Draw the navel towards your spine and then up towards your chest. And from here, we can let go of the hamstrings, bringing our hands, reaching upwards. Inhale, opposite arm, opposite leg. Exhale, center. Other side. We're going to go ahead and follow our breath, one movement. All the breath is being done through the nose. And then check in with your back. The back should be glued to the mat or the sacrum is glued to the mat. Those are our foundation for our core. And now whichever one you were at, let's do the opposite. If you were on your back, ground on the sacrum. If you were on your sacrum, ground through the back. Let's go for 4 more on each side. Yes, beautiful. We'll bring it down. We can just roll side to side. And then from here, we'll go ahead and move into our 100. So we'll bring the legs up. Again, curling the shoulder blades off the back so you have that extra ab engagement from the beginning. If your neck gets tired, just bring your head back down. And then you can also take your hands, place them behind your head so the weight of your head falls in your hands. And then you can work those abs, but just listen to your body. We'll go ahead and find our 45-degree angle from our hips. If your legs are getting tired, you can always bring them up or bend the knees. But let's start with that extension. Double inhale, double exhale through the nose. Keep the breath going, lower down a couple inches. If you have it in you, lower down a little bit lower. More.
I got to 100.
Oh, amazing. I must have miscounted. Let's bring the feet down. Let's take the yoga block to our inner thighs. And we'll squeeze that yoga block to activate the inner thighs as we go through our glute bridges. So again, feeling this is a full body movement. Shoulder blades are down your back, triceps and palms are pressing down. Exhale, lift the hips up, focusing on drawing the knees past the toes and the heels towards the bum. Inhale down, exhaling up. We're going to go for 4 more. Last one, hold it up, pulsing halfway down. Inhale, exhale. Good, making sure that upper body's still really engaged. Go for 4, 3, 2. Hold the top, squeeze the yoga block, pulse for 12. Just pressing inner thighs towards that block. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Wonderful. And then we'll just rock and roll a couple times on the spine. And we'll move into rolling like a ball. Let's get tight. You can take the hands, just like weave them through, grab your ankles like this, in this diamond shape, rounded spine. And then from there, inhale back, exhale forward. You can use momentum at first if you need to. And then try to transmute so it's upper abs, lower abs, pulling you through. Let's go for a couple more. And then as we come to a seat, we'll find Navasana, sailboat pose. Roll the spine up. We have two versions. We have our short legs, if you're feeling flexible right away, long legs. We'll do 10 seconds and then we're gonna find our transition. So let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We roll back on the shoulders, cross the legs, palms come forward, walk or hop back. Going through our chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look forward, walk or hop. Take a seat again. We got 4 more rounds of this. 10 seconds, best posture you've possibly had your whole life. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk or hop. Downward dog. And coming back to your seat. Beautiful. Round 3. There's always this option to work on the extension by taking the hands behind the hamstrings and just flexing the quads. Rocking back, walk or hop. And the knees transition. Beautiful. 2 rounds left. Yep. Amazing. Just 1 second in downward dog. Last transition. And this time when you lay onto your belly, we'll hold ourselves there. And we're gonna go for lower body swimmers. So on the exhale, we'll take the navel to the spine, lift the lower limbs, and we're just swimming, bringing 1 foot at a time towards the ceiling. And then we'll take the arms, extend them above the head. We'll join in the opposite arm, opposite leg. And we'll bring it down. Take the hands below the shoulders. Inhale, baby cobra. Keeping the elbows slightly bent. Draw the elbows towards your ribs. And then shoulders down your back. Exhale, child's pose. Toes together, knees apart. We'll extend the arms. And let's walk our hands back under the shoulders. We're going to take the left palm behind the head. We're going to inhale, crunch towards the right knee. Exhale, press the arms open to find as an open position as you can from the heart. Hips stay squared. Inhale down, exhale as you open. one more. Bring that down. Right hand behind the head. Inhale towards the left. Exhale, open. Last time. And we'll go for our cat-cow. So we come back to center. And we'll just go for a freestyle cat-cow. So bringing in any lateral movements, any barrel rolls. Just explore how your body is feeling and what it might need. As we start to make our way back to neutral, we're going to tuck all of our toes. Make sure you're getting the smaller toes. And then heels will draw together. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and open up our shoulders. So let's sit back and hands on our shoulders. Maybe inhale, connecting the elbows in front of you. Exhale, reaching them as close together behind your back. And with mobility, the slower and creating a little more resistance as we can, we will end up opening more space. So the resistance actually brings us space. And that same resistance, when we're creating our own resistance in our body and we're doing a plank, we know we're going to see more results. We don't have to hold the plank for a minute and a half. We can create our own internal resistance that's creating more strength, more muscle fibers. That's what we're thinking about with here, bringing more lubrication to the joints by creating tension rather than moving fast. It's just a different thing. It becomes more superficial. Our muscles begin to work more than the actual relaxing of the joint or more spaciousness of the joint. So let's just rock the head side to side a couple times. We'll interlace the hands behind the lower back. And we'll take that into a full circle. Again, just moving gently, mindfully, never pushing through pain. If there's any pain, take your heads out of that area and work around it. And we'll move the other direction. As we come back to center, we're going to untuck the toes, but we'll take our yoga blocks and we're going to press against those to do the opposite stretch. So untuck the toes and pitter patter your feet. There's options here. You can do one leg at a time, so one ankle stretch at a time. Just rotate side to side. Another option, and we'll try this out, shoulders will be in line with the wrists, and we're just going to lift and tuck. This might feel really nice, so you could just try it out or find your modification. And just take a few breaths. The other option could just be doing 1 foot at a time. It's a good modification. Downward dog and then 1 toe at a time. Take the same amount of breaths on each side. Maybe you want to practice engaging your quads, extending your knees, and getting a deeper stretch. Depends on how often you practice this and how flexible you feel this morning. And we'll just bring it down and just gonna shake it out. Practice a little transition with our yoga blocks. So we'll tuck the toes. We're up in an elephant, and then we're just going to bring the knees towards the triceps as if we were going to jump forward. And then we're just going to extend, bring it back up, drop the heels. Bend the knees, find your energy towards your triceps. So imagine that there's this light connecting your knee to your tricep or your armpit, and drop the heels. Do a couple more like that. Should feel the abs working. Beautiful. Nice. And then we'll just go ahead and come up to a standing position. We'll take the yoga blocks on its highest height. And now we're in this hamstring opener. So I have a flat back here, and I'm thinking about pulling the bottom of my glutes, top of my hamstrings upward. And from here, I'm just gonna walk and bounce. So I'm walking and bouncing with my back flat. You can walk backwards. And just move the length of the mat. Feel that flexibility being worked pretty deeply. Moving up and down one more time on your mat. As you make your way back, you can just go ahead and roll yourself up one vertebra at a time. Walk around the space. Shake it out. All right. Do a little dance. And we'll make our way into a split lunge position. Untuck, tuck the tailbone a couple times so the hips are squared in front of you. And then from here, we're going to drop the knee just a little bit closer to the ground, bend the knee, and then exhale, extend. We're squeezing the right glute. You should feel these hip flexors and quad being opened. And then as you're there, just check back in with your upper body. The posture is still working. Beautiful. We're going to do 5 more. Sometimes I like to take my hands behind my back and do extra chest opener. Just bringing the hands wherever feels right. We're going to start to shift our weight forward. So we're going to come into our forward position, preparing for a warrior 3. And so we're here. Our back leg is engaged. We're squeezing that left glute. Palms can be next to your sides, or if you want, you can extend them over your head. And we're just going to hold for about 10 more seconds. And then find the upper corner of your mat or the yoga block. And then start to stack the hips open. Finding that beautiful half moon. That yoga block is there, or the floor is there, and then extend out of your shoulder. Nice. So it's just there for balance, helping you for a few breaths. We'll take the left hand down, Shiva squat. Exhale. Left knee behind. Inhale, open, extend. Exhale, bend. We're going to do 2 more. And last one. We'll step it forward. Taking open palms, we're just going to tap the lower back. And we're going to come down our legs, the backs of the legs. Up the tops of the legs as we roll up one vertebra at a time. Beautiful. We're going to come into our other side. So take the right foot back, untuck the tailbone. Just find your flexibility. And then from here we find our tucked position. And we're going to go ahead and find our bend, our lunges. Inhaling down, exhaling up. Let's go for 5 more. And when we shift forward, we're shifting our weight into that left foot, preparing for warrior 3. So again, with that resistance we were talking about earlier, we're bringing that resistance and we're energizing the body. We actually bring more flexibility when we squeeze the opposite side of where we're stretching. So we're opening the hamstring. We can squeeze that left quad. We can also squeeze the right quad and point the toes, extend back. And then from here, take your yoga block or find your mat. Stack your hips. Beautiful. Raise that upper leg for another breath. We'll take the right palm down, bend, Shiva squat, and open. Beautiful. Let's do one more. Take the foot. We're going to go outside, preparing for Malasana Yogi squat. And from there, always finding that extension from the heart. That golden light that we were connecting to in the beginning. Can you still see it in your mind's eye? Drawing you upwards towards the sun energizing you through your body, and just using your imagination. Breathing into that. And then we will go for our hands behind our bum, fingertips pointing towards your bum. And we're going to just find a crab pose. So you can walk your feet under your knees. We'll inhale. I like to take my bum back by my wrist. You could try that and hover the bum. Sometimes yoga blocks help. Just so I get a little extra workout. You don't have to do it. And then inhale, back up. So my knees are pushing past my toes. My heels are pulling towards my bum. And then I got this yummy opener in the chest. So we're inhaling back and exhaling up. Whatever you're doing, as long as you're breathing, one breath, one movement, it's all good. I also think about, okay, that engagement, my inner thighs, my pelvic floor. So I'm engaging the inner thighs a little bit, engaging the pelvic floor, strengthening those muscles around those lower energy centers. We have over 72,000 energy centers just in the navel. When we have that strong, it changes everything. It's our confidence, our voice, it's our breath. Everything connected to the breath. So that's why it's super wonderful to always just drop back in. One breath, one movement. We just have like one step at a time. Best we can do. Yeah, and if the wrists end up feeling kind of funky and you need to rest, roll them out. Sometimes it's a lot of pressure depending on, what we do for work and also just mobility, flexibility that day. You could try it with your fingertips facing the other way. There's just less of an opener through the front line of the body. And if that's like, no, that's way too much, bring it down onto your forearms. A lot more work on the hamstrings. But wherever you are, we're just going to do 2 more. Awesome. We'll extend the legs, and we're going to press off of our forearms, roll the shoulders down and back, and then bring the legs up. We're in this lovely V here. All right, so we have options. We're going to stay here, flex lower down, find a lower angle, maybe a little bit lower. Wherever you are, finding that extension through the heart. And what happens when we do our extension through the heart, our pelvis is also finding that extension through the hamstrings. So we can think about baby cobra, it's same transition. We'll try to keep the legs up, inhale, open, exhale, 2 claps at the heels. Kind of keep those legs extended, squeezing those quads. 2 more. Awesome. Roll it forward. We're going to find a nice extension through the spine. Reach the arms up and then forward fold. Think about bringing your heart towards your shins. Maybe you can grab the feet. We're finding extension from the heart down to the shins is a little different than fully rounding. So see if you can find a little bit of that flat back. Feet are together. We're grabbing the ankles or the bottoms of the feet. And then we'll take the legs wide. We are in our wide-legged V-sit. If it feels good, you can also take a yoga block if you're like, Ariana, I do not feel flexible. That's all good. I also can feel it. So we'll go ahead and do 1 squeeze at a time with our glutes. So right, left, right, left. Find your extension. That's been the name of the game this whole time. And if there's any pain at all, just come a little bit closer. So you want to always come out of the pain, train right before that point, get stronger there. Eventually we'll have a little more space. All right, beautiful. So we can bend the left knee, and we're gonna come down and find a side body stretch. Imagine that right fingertip is gonna go hook on to the left toe. So flex the ankle, bring it up. And then again, the torso of the heart is turning upward towards the sun. We're going to walk the hands through the center, extend the left side, bend the right knee, and find our other side. Extend, reach, and then exhale. Find this imaginary line from your left fingertips reaching down towards your right toe. So I like to imagine this light of energy connecting. Although it's not there in this moment, eventually that's where we're going. Letting the body and the mind know that is the goal. And let's bring it back to center. Take our other yoga block. We're gonna do a little pulsing. So take the yoga block towards the mat. I have again, flat back, and I'm just gonna hinge, reach the yoga block forward. Wherever you are with your feet, maybe you wanna point, so you're working on that kind of split idea. And then we open up the front line of the body and just pulse at your deepest point. Beautiful. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming off the yoga block, we're gonna re-find our forward fold, this time with the yoga block behind our feet. So we'll start with bent knees. And from there, start to exhale and bring a little bit more length to the backs of those legs. So I have my flat back working here. Yeah, nice. So getting both feet connected, and then from there, use your breath. Exhale, extend the legs. Just breathing, sending your breath to any parts that feel discomfort or really intense. And we'll let it go. Beautiful. Take the yoga blocks away. We're gonna lay down onto the back, slowly lowering down. We'll also inhale, bring the right knee towards the chest. And then on the exhale, find your twist. Try to keep the right shoulder connected to the mat. And we'll find that knee to our chest, this time grabbing the big toe or the outer edge of the foot for half happy baby. I like to play with extending the leg here, bending the knee. You can also try that, just opening up the hamstrings a bit more. Squeeze your forehead to your knee and then let it go. We'll bring the left knee up, hug it in, and find your twist. Left shoulders connected, gazing over the left side. Start to bring that knee back into the chest, half happy baby. And just playing with this side, doing the same thing you did on the first side. Hug that knee into the forehead. Exhale, sprawling out, setting up for Shavasana, where I will leave you to have your own extended Shavasana practice. For now, just adjusting your body so that you feel gravity working towards you, melting into the mat. Allowing the tongue to fall to the back of the throat. And allowing yourself to focus in on those inhales and exhales. Simply start to let yourself fully be present for this moment. As you continue to lay here, allow the mind to unwind, the body to fully unwind as you enjoy this extended Shavasana.